Hey there guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be researching the best houseplant shelving to where I can be stacking houseplants, because what happens here is we're actually collecting a lot of houseplants, and sometimes the shelving units, like, we need shelving to be able to continue to have as many as we do because we're buying too many plants essentially. So I figured I'd just have you guys come along with us. Welcome to the channel, by the way. This is Houseplant Therapy. I am completely obsessed with houseplants, so is my girlfriend. And what I want to do is kind of just do some shopping on Amazon. Again, I don't own any of these properties or like any of the products, but I thought it'd be cool to just come with us, Houseplant Shelving, because I feel like we have this really cool porch right now. And you guys have seen a porch at our previous house on the channel, and we kind of did some stacking of houseplants. And I figured I'd just come along with me and do some shopping here. So some of the most common styles that actually work pretty well are these ones right here. Like, this tiered system works pretty well. I would say one of the biggest setbacks we have found though with this houseplant shelving is that actually if the plants get to be too large, they obviously can't be like underneath the next plant or underneath the last shelf, if that makes sense. So this looks like a pretty good deal. And again, you got the 10 tier hanging, then you have the trapezoid, then you have the tall cabinet. I'm just trying to think. I'm wondering if, like, you know, it kind of depends the sizing of your plants as well. But what I want to do is kind of look at some of these pictures. And I advise you to do this as well, because if you're researching the best plant shelving, pictures are kind of what tell the story, right? So I think this would work okay. Another big setback is trying to get these plants to get enough sun. Like in this example, sometimes the house plants down here don't get as much sun as something above here. But it turns out a lot of people are happy. It says a great plant stand, very sturdy. I would say that is probably another one of the setbacks is how sturdy these are, because they aren't like solid wood. They're kind of just like sections of them. Woo, look at this picture here. So again, this is really common for these. This style, I guess, whatever you'd call it. I'm trying to think of a name of it. What would the name be? Well, the name doesn't really matter. But then we also have this style where you actually have like boards as the shelf unit themselves. And this actually has a metal frame, so you're going to get a little bit more sturdiness with it. That being said, there's not as many reviews for us to look at. And if there's not reviews, I always get kind of afraid of something on Amazon. Then we have this kind of like tier section of a plant shelf as well. I think these work really well too. Let's look at some of these reviews. So it's a lot smaller than I thought from the image in the picture, right? So there's only 2 pictures here. It says I'll give it a 4 because of the quality item. Wood is nice, easy to put together. Only problem is that the pre-drilled brackets was warped, so the holes weren't properly aligned. So yeah, that kind of sucks. But the tier stand is pretty popular as well, and I think people should keep in mind that, like, a lot of these stands aren't as large as what the pictures show them to be. So if we go back and click back, I want to look at the home page of this. We also have this stand. We also have this stand as well. This works good for houseplants. I kind of tend to lean towards like the metal stands because they're just going to be a lot more stronger. But sometimes those wood stands can also keep up. Let's take a look at some of the pictures here. Number 1, during assembly, make sure blah, 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 blah. Get the screws to realize the feet don't screw in. So yeah, there's some customers that just aren't super excited. And again, these are all for smaller plants. Most of these stands, well, I guess this kind of holds some decent size ones. By the way, if you guys hear thunder, it's like storming like crazy here. I don't know what's going on. So this is a little bit on the small side, but it's good for smaller plants, right? So if you keep like a lot of succulents and stuff like that, smaller like newbie plants that are like what am I trying to say? In their infancy, you know what I mean? So that's one style. This is also another style. I like this. It's like the tiered style, but it's metal still. Again, the pictures make it look perfect, but I'm guessing it's going to be like way smaller than like what I anticipated. Super easy to assemble. This is sturdy and visually appealing. Yeah, that is really cool. Is this 2 of them? 2 of them put together? I think it is. That's really cool. I like that. Or maybe it's just 1. So maybe this is bigger than what a lot of us think it is. Yeah, look at this. There's a dehumidifier right there. Or a humidifier, one or the other. So I really like the look of this, the plant stand. I keep wanting to say aquarium stand. I was just talking about aquarium stands in another video. So that's a good option as well. I really like this style. I haven't seen this yet. It has the hanging version. You could put like a hanging plant from above. Let's check out some of the user pictures here. So that's cool. That's cool. A lot of us have hanging houseplants that would work as well. So hit us up in the comments or the chat right now what you guys think you'll be using. It looks a lot smaller in this picture here. And the best houseplant shelf is hard to find. You know, it's kind of going to depict what you're needing in the space and what kind of plants you're wanting. Here's another wood style one. Does it say it comes with lights? For gardening warm lighting. Huh, this looks pretty cool actually. And people are going to eat up the lighting idea. Even though a lot of these smaller lights don't really do much, for being completely honest, if you've been in the houseplant space for a minute, the lights don't do that much. This thing looks a little kittywampus, but I'm not trying to hate. So if you're like relying on the lights actually being like decent grow lights, I wouldn't hold your breath. So that one's pretty cool. I like the look of that one. I'm trying to figure out which one to pull the trigger on. This one looks really cool. The styling of it is different. Man, these shelves are like super popular. People are just eating this up. So again, that looks smaller than it does in the picture. Still really cool though, although it goes midway up to that window. So again, that's not too bad. Not many pictures for this one. Where's the plant shelf? I see a bedroom. It's metal. It's metal brackets and stuff, so I really like that idea. And that one seems a little small because we got some mid-sized plants that we're going to be wanting to house on this stand. This one looks pretty cool here. It, again, is probably on the smaller side. I'm guessing if we look at the pictures, it's going to be on the smaller side. Yeah, they're all like 4 or 5 inch pot sizes. We need something with like an 8-inch pot size for in our porch because it's just the plants are just bigger. And again, I'm noticing a trend with a lot of the houseplant like stands here and shelves. The shelving is that they're on the smaller side. See all these pictures? These aren't big like 10-inch pots. These are like little 4 infancy and plants in their infancy type of thing. Yeah, and sometimes just an industrial shelf is just like kind of a go-to. I really like this idea of the hanging. I could see us doing this in our porch because like you could hang plants from it, and I think that'd be really kind of cool. I'm gonna throw that idea past my girlfriend. She's kind of the boss when it comes to the houseplant stuff, but we meet in the middle. I'm not a total beta, you know what I mean? I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna have a say, guys. Yeah, it's kind of just on repeat, the same style of shelves. This one might be what we're after. This is more of like a heavy-duty style. But again, it's just like your normal like baker's rack style, like metal shelf. I like this the most. This is probably what we're going to lean towards, just because we have bigger plants and it can probably hold the weight. See, that's like a bigger 10-inch terracotta pot, and I really kind of like this idea more. This is probably the one we're going to go with. Again, I'll throw some links in the description, or you can just hit up Amazon if you want. But yeah, I'll throw an affiliate link in the description to all these shelves we talked about, kind of. But yeah, guys, hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you're looking for houseplant shelving, what's the best style that you've been looking at. I would love to hear your feedback, and please consider subscribing to the channel. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next